Hello everyone and welcome to another reading. So today it's a very sunny day, very warm. Spring is literally here finally after so many rain months basically. At this point it wasn't even weeks, it was months. So since on Saturday, I think it is, we get into the spring equinox and also officially the new year, going by the pagan wheel of the holidays and all that. I want to see what new beginnings you have coming, because I don't know, the shift for this week is insane. I don't know if you guys feel it too. If you do, let me know in the comment section down below. But yesterday was already such like a feel-good day. Today even more. Also we're ending, or like coming to an end with the eclipse shadow integration period, and also Mercury goes direct exactly on the 20th, so right when the spring equinox hits. So yeah, a lot of changes and turns and shifts. So let's see. And ironically, like literally picking up the deck, we have the World card at the bottom. So literally a cycle ending, literally chapter closing, alignment, accomplishments. So yeah, your new chapter, your new beginning. Ooh, okay, let's start with the first ones. We have the Four of Wands and Temperance. Things are balancing out. This is celebration mode. This is literally, again, like I said, this feel-good energy that's just up in the air, where it's just like you have no choice but to feel good, happy and preppy, and just like, let's go, let's get this thing started. We have the Emperor card and then the Lovers. Okay, so two different ways to interpret this. For those that are manifesting love, your divine masculine is coming. Literally, with this spring equinox, your divine masculine is saying, let me come into your life and let me claim you, you know, let me pursue you. For others that are not interested in love, this means just taking the authority and the leadership energy of choosing differently, making different making different choices, choosing different thoughts, changing your routines, your behavior goes into different thoughts as well in a way, but you know, new habits, literally that energy where you feel like, let me be productive and all that, that's this energy. But again, for those that are manifesting love, like, you better make sure that you are feeling yourself and also look pretty every single day, to my women out there. Also, these two cards, just when I wanted to pick up the deck, they were kind of like glued to the table. We have the Ace of Pentacles and then the King of Swords. Grounded new beginning. Ace of Swords could also be your manifestations coming in. For those, again, manifesting something specifically, this is your confirmation. But we also have here the King of Swords, which in this case is the way you speak about things. Be very mindful of what you want to bring into this life. Okay, words are spells, words are super powerful, especially if you have 12 house placements and Mercury, very strong Mercury placements, and third house placements. So it's basically for you even more. Don't speak ill upon yourself. Don't speak things against your favor. Be mindful of what you think, speak, or even write in this case as well. What else, Spirit? You have the Two of Cups. Again, for the people that are manifesting love, your love life is about to do a 360. And for those that are like kind of like, no, I'm good, this is just level up of self-love or commitment to yourself, you know. You're like, I'm in my independent era. you're committing to yourself. You're literally setting the standard. Ace of Swords. So we have the brain fog finally going away. Ace of Swords could also be clarity here. For those that have been a little bit foggy about like, what do I want? What are my goals? What should I call in? What should be, like, what do I expect from life? That is gonna come in this week. Again, after Mercury goes direct, it just feels like we can finally think again, because Mercury is not only communication, but it's also intelligence, and it kind of like rules the head as well because it's literally your brain. So no wonder you feel a little bit like, where am I at, you know? That's gonna be lifting from you this week. We have Four of Cups, Hermit. Okay, you have to make sure though that you're not too guarded about your emotions, okay? Let yourself feel them no matter what is going on. I wanted to say they're tremendously, but the sentence cut off right there, so I feel like Spirit does not even want me to finish this. So I talked with my friend about this in the voice note right now, where if you had things come up this week, and obviously heal through them, see what the patterns are, but certain things are not that big of a deal, you know? So I had like some couple of things pop up in this eclipse season, and one definitely is way more heavier energy and required for me to put more energy into that than the other one. And basically Spirit was kind of also telling me in this case, like, the other thing, I showed you the truth so you can shift certain things, but after that, don't even care about it anymore, because you need to focus on the other thing. And I was like, oh my god, you know what's so right, because the other one, quite frankly, I care more about that than the other thing. The other thing, if it falls away, if for some reason it doesn't work out, who cares? But this other thing, which literally moved so much like feelings and inner wounds that I was still carrying, that's why it affected me so much. That's the main priority. And Spirit is kind of like saying that as well. Don't be too guarded on specific things, because otherwise you will lose the big picture, if that makes sense. Because you're just so like a horse with I don't even know what they're called, but those flaps, so they can just focus and not get distracted. Spirit is saying the big picture is just you having to focus on the main thing. Everything else, don't even look at those circumstances. Just let them pass by you, because the actual thing that you want is way more important, and that's where the biggest healing needs to happen. Does that make sense? Does it resonate? For me, it like just clicked today. I'm like, Spirit, why don't you say things directly in that moment? Make it easier for me to understand. But they want to be cryptics, I guess. Two of Pentacles and then the Six of Cups. Okay, very interesting. So this could literally be, you need to adapt to certain things. Like the Six of Cups here definitely is nostalgia, things from the past, right? Where it's saying the past you would have obsessed and hyper-focused on this other circumstance because you were like trying to find a meaning for it. Again, when that circumstance is, or like this issue, situation is not meant to be the main focus, why are we putting so much energy and attention to it when actually you want this thing, you know? Let me move on to the Oracle decks now. We're starting off with the fairies. They always give such good advice. We have pregnancy. So if you've been trying to get pregnant, look, you better do a pregnancy test today, okay? And for everyone else, this just can be literally the new beginning, because pregnancy is life, birthing, like new creation. So if you're not wanting to have a child, don't worry. It does not mean you're pregnant. Alright, these two. We have, who do you need to forgive yourself? Very big question for this week. Very interesting. For me, I definitely, like, in that moment, I was like, I need to forgive myself for the way I reacted things in the past, you know. Healing or healer. Okay, you could be healers yourself, or you could be feeling drawn to more healing. Or in general, this could be a very, like, healing phase. I'm feeling guided to tell you, look what your perfection year is. So for those that don't know, it's a circular wheel with all the ages, basically. So every year, depending like what age you turn, is a different perfection year. I turned 29, so I'm in my perfection year of the 6th house, which is wellness, healing, and so many other things right now. Routines. I don't remember everything by memory, but you know, so that's the focus for this year, which makes sense because we're literally Q1 and it's 11:11 on the timer, and the amount of healing I already did, the amount of tears I shed, the amount of ego deaths I had and tower moments are insane, you know. And also routine wise, I do want to change certain things, but right now I'm just going more with the flow. That's the funny thing. I'm less structured and routine, it's not even a word, but you know, following a strict routine this year than I did last year. I just allow myself to just, what am I in the mood right now, you know? Literally going with my Sagittarius energy, just like go with the flow. And yeah, so make sure to look where you have your perfection year. And also something I learned today on TikTok from my favorite astrologer, Kelsey. She said that depending which placement you have in your perfection year, that's your time lord for this year. I have no placements in my 6th house, so I don't know what that is for me. But maybe you have a Mars planet in your perfection year, so Mars would be your time lord. And if I remember correctly, but definitely check out what was her username? Learn Astro HD. If I remember, I'm gonna link her in the description. But basically, look into Mars. What does Mars represent, you know? What's the energy around Mars? Especially, what are your Mars signs? For me, for example, I have a Mars Virgo in the 8th house, so that one would also be very affected. But let's be honest, my 8th house is affected this year anyways. But you know, just trying to give you guys some tools. Let's see what the high priestesses have to say. Also, sorry if I'm hitting the microphone a lot. It's been a while since I wore this shirt. Literally last summer, so. Okay, we have here, you're a high priestess in the kingdom of Elven, okay? Maybe you've been very drawn to fairies or elves. Then we have, it's also saying like basically there's no time, everything is now. I just take from this that time is linear. If you feel like you've been running out of time, or like I need to be hyper productive right now instead of resting, because this week still calls for a lot of rest. I am exhausted from barely doing anything. Like literally I can clean or like just wash the dishes and I'm like, I need a nap. Brushing my hair, doing my skincare, I need a nap. Taking a little walk, like a 20-minute walk around my vicinity where I live, I need a nap. Like, it's insane. Doesn't also help that I'm literally in my luteal phase and I'm about to get my period, but you know, everything adds just up. So give yourself the rest that you need. One thing in the Reiki video that's gonna drop tomorrow was stop trying to be, or like say no to toxic positivity. Don't force yourself to do things if you're exhausted. Do you want to burn out? No, you don't want to burn out, right? You want to actually enjoy this year, which is the energy of the fire horse, you know? You're gonna get that energy back next week. If you rest more this week, what's gonna happen? Nothing. Then we have awaken the warrior of light within you. they stand for balance. And so much blue, so maybe look into your throat chakra as well. And wow, we got a new card. This is beautiful. I need to share it real quick. I've never seen this because she never pops out. So you are the light and the blessing. Be ready for the awakening, I guess, that you are. When someone tells you, you think you're the center of the universe, this card actually confirms it. You are. You are the center of the universe. Actually, you are the universe. You carry the universe within you. Your consciousness creates everything around you. Like even me, you manifested me being on your timeline. So yes, the universe does revolve around you, to see your confirmation. And own that energy. Own that energy. You might have either, I'm hearing Leo placements, Sagittarius placements, Gemini placements also sometimes are like that. Who else? Yeah, those definitely are the ones that get a bad rep because people are like, you're not the center of attention. Yes, I am. I automatically draw the attention to me. And own that. Own that energy. Okay? We do not shy away from people feeling triggered by you just existing. Or you just, staying in your own lane. Especially if you didn't do anything to provoke people or hurt people, then why are they so pressed, we have some time, so this reading went by so quickly. So let me pull some decision and advice cards. So whatever it is that has been circling through that little head of yours, think about it now, and we'll pull some cards. You know what? For the emoji, how about some angel wings? And I feel like you need to know that you're divinely protected. You are divinely protected. If you're scared of actually, because here's the thing, with this level up, you're meant to actually take charge, take initiative, go like literally with all audacity after your dreams, no matter what anyone says. But you have a little bit of a fear of being seen and being judged. So remind yourself, you are divinely protected. No one can do anything against you. With that attitude, definitely not. Also, one of my current favorites, anytime anyone says something ill about you or negatively, let that energy be transmuted into more success, more hotness, more wealth. Let people speak. Oh, those are a lot of cards that popped out. Should I take them all? No, actually, you know what? No, this does not feel aligned. Let me pull some more. Or like shuffle and then just pull 3. Maybe it was meant to be so many messages, but just in case. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Okay. Card, and then card. They're contradicting themselves. Okay, so these are 3 different occasions. We have on one hand, no, and you better don't do it, okay? It's not that much of a good idea. And then we have on the other hand here, one card that's like, take initiative. Okay, so these are 2 different situations. Oh. This card, these 2, where it says no and let it be, let it go, is one thing impulsively. You've been wanting to send a text very impulsively is what I'm hearing. That Mercury retrograde energy where it's just like speak before you think type of vibe. Nope. Okay, do you know how many miscommunication and misunderstandings happen during Mercury retrograde? you want to be centered, you want to be calm when you talk something out or when you want to express something. Believe me, I get it. The amount of times I was like, let me send that message, and I was like, no, you're not in the right mindset to do that. Let it go. Same thing here. Now, on the other hand, take initiative. This is about something being bold. This is about like putting yourself out there. I saw sending a CV to a specific job where they're like, oh, you need to have this, this, and this, and you don't have the qualifications for that. But Spirit is saying, send it anyways. Send it anyways. It's gonna land in the right hands. Or even in this case for my entrepreneur people, I'm literally hearing, be bolder. Be bolder. Take the initiative. Put yourself out there. Put your services out there. Promote yourself boldly, which is something that I have been lacking in the past years, where I'm like, oh, but what if no one wants to listen to it, blah blah. And now I'm like, you know what, if someone is getting sick and tired of me promoting my stuff, there's the door, bye. But the thing is, how are the opportunities meant to find you if you don't put yourself out there? Okay, so don't send that impulsive text. Okay, if you need to express your feelings, you journal it out, or do something like I did, a visualization with that person. Whatever you're meant to say to them in that visualization, and let it go in that moment. Don't do the impulsive text. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. But yeah, okay, I hope this reading gave you the clarity that you needed. The energy was great. I will see you guys in the next reading. Until then, bye bye.